are sealed smoke alarms that have a life of about 10 years. It's important to have a practice drill with all the family members, and that includes the children and the elderly inside the home. Do your children know what to do if the alarm sounds in the middle of the night? Having a place to reunify the family outside of the home is very important. Once you get outside of the house, stay outside of the house. Your emergency kit. Los botiquines de emergencia son sumamente importantes en el sur de California, ya que es una área donde hay desastres. Tenemos emergencias como terremotos, inundaciones, incendios de maleza. Es importante revisar cada cuanto estos botiquines de emergencia porque contienen muchas veces nuestras medicaciones que se pudieran haber expirado o alimentos también que llegan a ser expirados. And don't forget to include your cats in your calculation.
In a special in-studio interview, Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell sits down with the former executive director of the newspaper La Opinión, Gabriel Lerner. Together, they discuss the changing landscape of journalism and print media.
Some of the most important events in my life in terms of journalism were just unprecedented or unseen or just strange and interesting. So the way I started to work as a journalist was because I always wrote.
Like so many journalists, you, through your career, have experienced the struggle of print journalism and the rise of digital media. So you saw the seedlings of this seismic shift early on. What were your feelings back then about this new era of journalism?
Yes, and that brings me to a conversation I had with then editor of La Opinión before I left to the Huffington Post, saying, Pedro Rojas, I'd like to move to digital because this is where the future is. And we are losing the war, we are losing the fight. I'm asking for the public, for the readers, to be patient and to stick with us and to stay loyal to us the same way that we have been loyal to you for almost 100 years.
Speaking of La Opinión, you helped just really establish it as the most widely read Spanish language newspaper. How do you think you were able to be part of that success?
Well, I am standing on the shoulders of giants, as they say. I owe this to 94 or 95 years of La Opinión, to Mónica Lozano and the Lozano family who created La Opinión.
I want to give a heartfelt thank you to La Opinión's executive director and my good friend, Gabriel Lerner.
Gabriel, quiero desearte lo mejor en esta nueva etapa de tu vida, pero también darte las gracias por todo tu apoyo en estas casi 2 décadas que hemos trabajado juntos.
He believes in what he does, and he has a commitment with his profession, with life, and with the community.
The Los Angeles Police Department is engaged in an ongoing effort to refocus on the safety of all its citizens. Part of that change is how it deploys Lieutenant Kelly Munoz and the LAPD's SMART program. This specially trained team is vital in the response for mental health 911 calls. Check this out.
So SMART is a program that was implemented by the Los Angeles Police Department in 1993, and it pairs a DMH clinician, Department of Mental Health clinician, with a Los Angeles police officer, and they respond to mental health calls.
So originally they were sort of the second team to go out, but now it's a co-first response, correct?
Correct. It's a policy change and a change in the model. Before February 8th, we would wait for patrol to neutralize the situation, and then we would rely on patrol to call us. Where now, dispatch is now going to send us directly to the call to respond with the patrol unit at the same time.
Because I imagine, especially when you think about a mentally ill individual who is acting out and having all of this police activity land on them with lights and sirens and things like that, I can imagine that that would escalate a scenario pretty rapidly. Would this help in that so that the team, the SMART team that's going out, would understand that kind of thing?
Yes, so mental health can be very complex, and we ask a lot of our patrol officers, so having this additional resource, you know, just it helps the whole situation from the patrol officers to the community.
But with the evolution of SMART, the amount of SMART team calls has actually really increased very rapidly.
Yes, we did it recently, just did an analysis of a 10-day period from February 8th through February 18th for the same time this last year, and we've handled 57 more calls in that same 10-day period than we did in 2020. So there is an increase in our response to calls, which is really the point of getting to these calls, getting there timely as we can.
Best of luck with everything, and I hope that you get all the support you need for your SMART teams, because it seems to be a very positive thing to do in this day and age.
Thank you, Mary.
In his letter from Birmingham jail, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once wrote, "Justice too long delayed is justice denied." 5 years later, he would say in a speech, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice." Happily, that describes our feature story this week. Recently, the LAPD righted a wrong done to one officer, Robert William Stewart, some 120 years ago. Here's that story.
Robert Stewart was dismissed from the Los Angeles Police Department by the Police Commission after he was charged with raping a white teenager while he was on patrol. And there was no indication of what happened to him, so I decided to look into it and started pulling on the thread, and it turned out to be a very long thread.
He comes across her late in the evening. I believe there was a curfew at that time for young people. I think he inquired of her about being out at that time of night, and that was pretty much it. That was his only conversation with her. She then fabricates later, we don't know really why, but she fabricates the story that, you know, he raped her.
Officer Stewart was immediately arrested.
And at that time, when an officer was charged with anything of significance, they're relieved of duty.
Stewart got a raw deal. He was not given any chance to present any defense to the police commission. The first trial was a hung jury. The vote was 7-5 to acquit him. The district attorney decided to retry the case, and when it was retried at the end of December 1900, he was acquitted in 40 minutes.
Once he was acquitted, the Board of Police Commissioners refused to reinstate Officer Stewart.
He never was able to get his job back.
He worked as a laborer primarily until he was 70 years old, and then the last 10 years or so of his life he worked as a janitor.
It has taken 120 years for us to recognize that an injustice was done to Officer Stewart.
For over 100 years, we didn't know about this guy. And how does that happen? You know, how does his story get buried? And here we are in 2021 trying to make it right.
I was so pleased that all of the commissioners recognized that this was the right thing to do.
Having the police commission vote to restore Stewart undoes what their predecessors did 120 years ago.
What happened to Robert Stewart makes certain people feel uncomfortable, and it should. It should, and the only reason it makes people feel uncomfortable is because we still haven't dealt with this whole issue of race. So it's important for the city of LA to embrace that part of its history, just like we embrace the achievements.
People in the city should know that Robert Stewart was a good man. He wanted to protect the citizens of Los Angeles.
Join LA Public Library for The Big Read. Enjoy an Iranian cooking class filled with Farhang flavor, or engage with a super cerebral virtual art exhibit. All this up next on Virtual Things to Do.
Log on with the Cahuenga Branch Library for a discussion about this year's big read pick, The Roundhouse by Louise Erdrich. The Roundhouse follows the story of a 13-year-old boy who sets out to find his mother's attacker with the help of his best friends. Set in the Ojibwe Reservation in North Dakota, our young hero unravels a mystery that galvanizes and transforms an entire community. This big read event, brought to you from the LA Public Libraries and the Department of Cultural Affairs, happens Saturday, March 27th, beginning at 3 p.m. Be part of this virtual event by sending an email to hstgeorge@lmpl.org. The Roundhouse by Louise Erdrich is available with your library card on Overdrive, Hoopla, and their Library to Go service. Farhang Foundation invites you to their virtual series celebrating the art of Iranian cooking, simple and easy to make recipes by accomplished chefs. Learn from chefs who are inspired by Iranian cuisine and ingredients. Delve into the entire series that includes a tasty love story and bottom-of-the-pot crispy rice. You can do the adventure dining you've always dreamed of from the comfort of your own kitchen. To take part in Farhang Flavor, celebrating the art of Iranian cooking, visit farhang.org/programs. Ready to learn about this week's virtual art exhibit? Then allow us to invite you to Membrane Tensions by Maru Garcia. The work of Maru Garcia explores the intersection of art, science, and environment, examining the ways in which we understand biological processes via collaboration in various forms. Garcia has created a suite of new sculptural works, drawings, time-lapse video, live stream video, and a site-specific installation. And you can check them out via the Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery's website. For more information, visit lamag.org. And that's a look at some virtual things to do.
That's it for this edition. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org, and we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
Good morning and welcome to the Los Angeles City Council. Today is Tuesday, March 23rd. I'm Nuri Martinez, the President of the City Council. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Blumenfield.
Blumenfield present.
Bonin.
Bonin present.
Buscaino.
Here.
Cedillo.
Here.
De Leon. Harris Dawson.
Present.
Koretz.
Present.
Krikorian.
Here.
Lee.
Present.
Martinez.
Present.
O'Farrell.
Present.
Price. Rahman. Ridley Thomas.
Here.
Rodriguez. 11 members present and a quorum, Madam President.
First order of business.
Approval of the minutes of March 3rd.
Okay. Mr. O'Farrell moves and Mr. Bonin seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Mr. Lee moves and Mr. Harris Dawson seconds. Next.
Madam President, today is Tuesday and time for the flag salute.
Mr. O'Farrell, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, sir?
I'd be honored. Thank you. All please rise. Place your hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Price?
Madam President, I am present. Thank you. Apologize for being a little late.
It's been noted. Thank you. Madam Clerk, just go ahead and run through the agenda.
Madam President, would council like all items to go forthwith today?
Without objection, that will be the order. Next.
There is a request to refer item 48 to the Planning and Land Use Management Committee.
Without objection, that will be the order. Next.
Items 1 through 15 are items noticed for public hearing. A motion is required for item 1. Items 16 through 20 are items for which public hearings have been held. A Budget and Finance Committee report has been submitted and posted to Council File 12-1497-S3 for item 18. Items 21 through 54 are items for which public hearings have not been held. And for the record, on item 21D, the case number should be 682586. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Without objection, those items are now before us. Members, do you wish to call any of the items special? Mr. Blumenfield?
I don't know that I need to call it special, but I need to point out there is a typo in the agenda, not in the actual item, on number 38, that it's merely saying that the funding is going to Council District 1 when it is going to Council District 3. This has to do with specific funding out of the Council District 3 street services, street furniture account. And there was just a typo.
Okay, that's been noted. Thank you, Mr. Blumenfield. Did you take a note, Madam Clerk?
Yes, we will make that technical correction in the record. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Krikorian?
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to call item 17 special, please, for a substitute motion, which is largely technical in nature, just changing some of the amounts indicated in there. And I could read that now or when you see fit.
Mr. Krikorian, I think you've submitted it in writing. Is that correct?
Yes.
We're going to come back to you. Just want to make sure it's been circulated. Are there any other items, Mr. Krikorian?
That'll be it. Thank you, Madam President.
Mr. Ridley Thomas?
Morning, Madam President. Item number 1, I wish to call special. It's a motion that has been submitted in writing, and I suspect that it is circulating. What is your pleasure?
Go ahead and read it into the record, Mr. Ridley Thomas.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the matter of continued consideration of an application for determination of public convenience or necessity for the sale of alcohol beverages for off-site consumption target located at 3535 South La Cienega Boulevard on today's agenda be amended to adopt the following. 1, determine that the issuance of a liquor license at Target located at said location will serve the public convenience or necessity and will not tend to create a law enforcement problem. 2, grant the application for determination of public convenience or necessity for the sale of alcoholic beverages for off-site consumption at Target at said location. And 3, instruct the city clerk to transmit this determination to the State Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control as required under Business and Professions Code, section 23954. Section 2958.4. Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Ridley Thomas. And this has been seconded by Mr. Blumenfield.
Confirmed, yes.
Thank you. Any others, Mr. Ridley Thomas?
No, that's it for me, Madam President.
Mr. O'Farrell?
Thank you, Madam President. Item 40 special for a technical amendment that I'll need to read into the record.
Okay, go ahead. Item number 40.
Item 40 is relative to the illumination of City Hall for Transgender Day of Visibility. What I'd like to do is amend this item to change the dates for Transgender Day of Visibility to start for the lighting of City Hall to start on March 26th instead of March 25th, please.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
It's been seconded by Mr. Bonin. Thank you. Any others, Mr. O'Farrell?
That should do it. Thank you.
Mr. Gregorian, I'm going to go back to you for your substitute motion on item 17. If you can please summarize that.
I can. Thank you, Madam President. Subsequent to the committee's consideration of this item, the grant award that the city was to receive was increased. So the substitute motion that's been introduced and circulated updates the award amount with a more accurate accounting of funds. And I believe at this point the motion has been circulated, but under it we would be accepting funding in the amount of $4,647,405 from the state of California, which represents an additional $38,849 in funding from the state for that grant.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gregorian. Mr. Lee, I just need you to confirm that you've seconded that.
Confirm.
Thank you. Any other specials, members? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, what items are available for us to vote on?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Madam President. At this time, council may vote on items 16, 18, 19, and 20.
Okay, let's prepare to vote on those items. Please call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Aye.
De Leon. Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman. Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
13 ayes. These items are adopted.
Okay, Madam Clerk, let's move on to public comment. Go ahead and read the call-in information, followed by the city attorney.
Thank you, Madam President. And as indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. Finally, when you hear the last 4 digits of your phone number, press star 6. And again, call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak, and when you hear the last 4 digits of your phone number, press star 6.
So, to members of the public calling in, when it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak on. You have 1 minute per item to speak, up to 3 minutes total, and if you wish, 1 minute for general public comment. Begin with commenting on the items before providing general public comment. We'll tell you when your time's up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you're not speaking on topic, or if we can't tell whether you're on topic, you'll get 1 brief warning from me or the president. If you don't immediately get clearly on topic or again stray off topic, you'll be cut off and you'll forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we'll move on to the next speaker. We'll take 40 minutes total public comment. The items that are open for public comment are items 1 through 15, 17, 21 through 54. That's 1 through 15, 17, and 21 through 54. Finally, for members of the public calling in to speak, as soon as you hear someone address you by reading off the last 4 digits of your telephone number or other identifying information, if you're dialing in with a block number, it's your turn to speak. Please immediately press star 6 to unmute yourself. Because you may be listening on another device, please keep one ear on the phone, though, because there's a time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast. And if you're only listening to the broadcast, you may not hear us call you out, and press star 6 quickly, and we may think you're no longer on the line. Also, finally, if you're listening on another device, turn down the volume on that device right away. Because of the time delay and feedback. There'll be a lot of confusion if you don't turn down the volume. Thank you very much, Madam President. We're ready to begin public comment.
Let's go ahead and take the first speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 7161, please press star 6. Please state your
General
name.
public. Good morning. General public comment, please.
You have a minute.
I am
please
a
begin.
resident of Echo Park. I believe that the situation at the park isn't sustainable or healthy for the housed or unhoused residents of the neighborhood. I support Councilman O'Farrell's efforts to relocate the unhoused at the park to hotels and housing and to clean up the park for use by all. A few years ago, the housed and unhoused seemed to share the public space as true neighbors, but now the park has been overtaken with tents. It isn't a place that feels welcome to all. I personally have not visited the park in over a year because it doesn't feel sanitary or safe. In fact, over the past few months, there have been several deaths at the park with at least one dead body being pulled out of the water. I also worry that the $45 million investment the city made to rehabilitate the park is being wasted. I worry about the water quality and other infrastructure at the park deteriorating into an unusable condition. I worry about the animals that are being abused and pushed out of their ecosystem as well. I am also disappointed that as a homeowner in the neighborhood, I am shamed for wanting a clean and safe neighborhood park for my family to visit. There are many families of color in the neighborhood who don't have a yard, and the park is the place where their children can play and get fresh air. Enough is enough. It is time for the park to be restored for the use of all Echo Park residents.
Caller with the phone number ending in 5554, please press star 6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Sean Murphy from Canoga Park.
Go ahead. You have a minute, Sean.
General public comment. The sidewalk needs to be repaired. DeSoto is I wish some of these cars would slow down. I call DeSoto Audio Speedway because it speeds at night. I mean, let's slow these cars down at night. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Jesus.
Caller with the phone number ending in 7719, please press star 6.
Yes, it's Eric Previn calling from Studio City, and I wanted to comment on some items and the general public comment.
You'll have, well, which items do you want to speak on, Mr. Previn?
34, 24, several, and, you know,
okay, you have
39.
All right, you have 3 minutes, followed by 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
40. Okay, fine. I probably won't need all that time, but I appreciate it. So first of all, I would just like to zero in for a moment on the very nice donation from NBC Universal for the Real Disabilities Program. My eyes quickly narrowed when I thought, oh God, is this Englander's annoying film festival that he had? No, but this seems to be a decent thing, and it's nice that they're coming up with 10,000. And I have another idea to build on that for NBC Universal, who are obviously our treasured partners. As you know, they piled money onto Rue previously, and certainly Krikorian is a good colleague, as we've got CD2 and 4 abutting right at their property where they have the headquarters for the Olympics. So obviously the mayor, everybody loves NBC Universal, including myself. One small caveat, the neighborhood there has deteriorated in a terrifying way. As the Krikorian will remember from CD2, we'd park at the LA County Park and Ride, go to the metro station, which everybody loves the metro board, certainly Bonin and Krikorian do, and Sheila Kuehl. But this parking area, it's so upsetting because now it has been overrun with trash, and people are trying to live on the perimeter of it, but the trash is like, I drove by the other day and I had to stop my car and go in, and I talked to the security guard who I used to
Mr. Previn,
park
we seem to be pretty
ride.
far off of
Yeah.
the items.
What's
Why
that?
don't we seem to be moved off the items. Why don't you stick to the items and you can
No,
talk
I'll
about
cut to the chase. I'll cut to the chase. NBC Universal, the donation is appreciated, but we need them to clean up. We need them to help because obviously the 3rd District County Supervisor's Office is unable to get it done for some reason. And Krikorian points at them. There's a series of fingers pointing at one another as the squalor. Now, I am not a guy who, as you talked about this frequently, but I literally was arrested by it the other day. So anyway, moving on. Thank you for that. I'm a little concerned about the I believe it was item 18, which has to do with the 5 collection agencies to go after people extra hard. And it impacts, during a pandemic when people are being collected against by their government. One good example is LAFD.
I'm sorry,
and I know,
Mr. Previn, but we've already voted on item 18. You're welcome to talk about it in general public comment if you want, but let's stick at this point to the items that are actually open for public comment.
Right. It's hard because we're flying a little blind over here today in my area, but I'm trying, my internet was down. But okay, I'm going on the points. It's a very large agenda, first of all, and I'd like to thank the exhaustiveness of that. I mean, there's tons of stuff. When I was looking at it, a lot of the interesting stuff, like the tobacco funding, I think it was Krikorian went to great detail to point out the $38,000 discrepancy in the funds. I wish we were a little more careful with
Mr. Previn,
some of
move
our other
on to your
funds.
general
For
public
example,
comment, sir.
the FSR, which was discussed yesterday at great length, appeared as a very small item on the agenda, but turned out to be a great presentation. Rich Llewellyn explained that we were down $200 million and $600 million, but we're going to get that money from the CARES Act for whatever it's called, the Biden plan. And but there was a debate about how to spend some of the money in terms of reimbursing the reserve fund. And Mr. De Leon wisely said, well, can't we apply some of that money to the homeless crisis at the moment? And obviously, they diverted the vote. But this all should have been agendized so that we knew we were talking about it. It was a very sleepy window, and there were a bunch of kids on the line, and Krikorian went to the trouble to explain that some speaker who was actually speaking on point was part of the First Amendment. Well, guess what? The First Amendment is important. We need public scrutiny now more than ever.
Thank you, Mr.
And I ask you to sit forward and get that done. More meetings. Friday has to come back.
Thank you, Mr. Previn. Your time is up. Thank you. Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 1721, please press star 6.
Hi, my name is Sachin Madhekar. I'm chair of the Homelessness and Housing Committee of the Echo Park Neighborhood Council, and I'm calling to give general public comment.
Go ahead. You have 1 minute.
Okay, Councilmember O'Farrell, I'm extremely disappointed in your office's lack of transparency surrounding impending actions at the Echo Park Lake. Over 18,000 people live walking distance from the park, yet no official notice has been given to neighbors, businesses, vendors, and most importantly, residents at the lake. While Rec and Parks has happily confirmed for me multiple times that this placement is going to take place this Thursday, your office has not yet even acknowledged that this is happening. I applaud the efforts of LAHSA to place folks into room key sites, but as we all know, eligibility for the program is limited. I have only ever heard of talk of congregate shelter as the alternative for folks at the lake, and that is unacceptable. We need services and housing, not secrecy and displacement. I'm urging you to not displace the over 100 folks that reside at the lake, especially during this ongoing pandemic, and to instead focus on connecting folks with the variety of services and housing options they deserve. And this should not include warehousing of people into congregate shelter. Our community has consistently asked to be engaged in this effort, and I ask that your office finally begin to do so. Let's work together to help all of our neighbors, housed and unhoused. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 5451, please press star 6.
Hi, my name is Eric Nakano. Am I allowed to speak on agenda item number 16 or general public comment related to that?
You can talk on general public comment related to that. So please begin.
Okay, thank you. I want to thank Council President, members of City Council. I'm Eric Nakano, Executive Director of Little Tokyo Service Center. I'm here to thank you for support for the Council agenda item number 16, a motion by Council Member De Leon and Council Member Rodriguez to amend the ground lease on city land on what we call the First Street North Block to provide for an expanded project, including affordable housing and an educational center. Little Tokyo Service Center is a 40-year-old social service and community development organization, and we are proud to be partnered with the Go for Broke National Education Center to develop a truly significant project on this expanded leasehold. Again, we'd like to thank our Councilman Kevin De Leon for introducing this motion. He's long been a champion and a friend of Little Tokyo, going back to his days in the California legislature. We believe this project on this expanded leasehold will have a truly significant impact on multiple levels. It'll provide over 220 units of affordable housing, half of which would be permanent supportive housing units.
Thank
Pardon
you.
me?
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you for calling.
Caller
Next
with the-
speaker.
Caller with a phone number ending in 2678, please press star 6. Caller with a phone number ending in 2678, please press star 6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Next speaker.
Caller with a phone number ending in 6523, please press star 6. Please state your
Hi
name.
there. I'd like to speak on general public comment.
You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thanks, Nuri. Mr. Farrell, this is Zarina, the president of the Echo Park Neighborhood Council. Not happy to hear that you're planning to remove and displace a couple hundred of my residents without any notice or communication. There are groups I know you've worked with. The Neighborhood Council is not being one of them. So just like I dealt with after Mr. Cedillo's dentist appointment, us Sires residents are calling, begging to be housed. I get to deal with this tonight. So I want to make it clear to you that I believe that people who don't own homes or who aren't wealthy or don't have a special interest are residents and are equal valued members of this community, just like food, water, and shelter, community, and social interaction and independence are important. So tonight, here's what's going to happen. I have to host our Board of Governors meeting tonight. I will undoubtedly be dealing with the fallout of this mess. You are empowered to join this meeting, 15 minutes, Zoom minutes, at dinner time tonight to deal with this with me. If you'd like to talk tomorrow, I'll be at the lake as well. We can have a conversation there. You can ask Mr. Fergoso to reach out to me.
Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you.
Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 1148, please press star 6. Caller with the phone number ending in, please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Len Moses, I'd like to speak on all available items and general public comment, please.
So you have 3 minutes for the items, Mr. Moses, and then followed by 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Apologize to Ms. Autry for your disrespect. Urini Martinez. All items on this agenda will be yes votes like all other days. Vote trading, vote swaps. That's how they gave how oh, sorry, I had a bonnet moment. Kids jumping on my head. That's how Dawson was able to get $10 million from this city council, $10 million for luxury offices in the last 20 months. Item number 1, Ridley Thomas, congratulations. Ridley Uncle Thomas wants to give Target some alcohol. That's great. That's really what we need. When this guy single-handedly has destroyed 250 black-owned businesses on Crenshaw Boulevard via his surface train. While at the same time, at Lamert Park, he's trying to close down the black street vendors. Ridley Uncle Thomas. Thank you for the alcohol at Target. Ridley Uncle Thomas. The PR campaign for the LAPD on City View is just disgraceful and pathetic. Items 50 through 54 is a total of $573,500 as I count to give to the LAPD, both what they call non-monetary donations to the Police Board of Commissioners. They barely mention the LAPD. All contributions to the LAPD should be through city funding and should stop all these backdoor contributions, so-called monetary and non-monetary. The LAPD is the most murderous police department in the country. Look, we have shootings of the Asian community. We have shootings and mass murder in Colorado. The LAPD chief is a murderer himself, has killed, I learned, 2 people himself. This is just a disgraceful display. All these items, backdoor contributions to the LAPD. of course, Joey Bucket Buscayenas wants to run for mayor, this one issue guy. If he weren't sitting there abusing the homeless on the sleazy council, he'd be in the back of a Chevy truck with no shirt, a 12-pack under one arm and a shotgun under the other.
So we seem to have moved off the items. Ms. Moses, can we get
Yeah,
back
I
on?
think I have. I'll get back on the items.
And actually, it's general public
Ms.
comment.
Rodriguez, you can take that illumination, $120 illuminating City Hall to honor what, the anniversary of COVID emergency order? Give me a break. Why don't you take that $120 and add it to the $10 million, public, that this council has given Sleazy Dawson for luxury offices. 4 luxury offices. I'll give you the item numbers some other time. Farrell, you're a disgrace to humanity. Buscayenas, you're a disgrace to humanity. These people are profiting. They love homelessness. They make money off of it. The People's Motion 21-0001, no city councilman can hold the office outside his current term if homelessness is not reduced by 25% in their current term. I move to adjourn the meeting in memory of the 3 to 8 homeless people that will die in the street today.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 7186, please press *6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Yeah, hi, sorry. Yes, my name is Alex, and I am going to be speaking on general public comment.
You have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. Oh, Mitch, you think you're so slick. You think you can go and make all these secret plans and have all your little people call in with their script to say they support you displacing hundreds of unhoused people in a pandemic. Like, have all of you worked in politics for so long that you forget what it's like to have a soul, to have empathy? Do you know that these people are your constituents, right? So, but more importantly, they can vote you out. I hope you remember that you have someone running against you for city council, and we're going to make sure that you don't win that seat back because you have no soul. The fact that you are going to displace all these people in a pandemic, you know, just to appease your disgusting NIMBY people that live in your district. All of these unhoused people live in your district too, and you are failing them. All of you are failing all the unhoused people by not seizing the goddamn hotels. It's not rocket science. How to make the NIMBYs happy, how to make the people who have, how to house the unhoused so they don't fucking die on the streets. Seize the hotel. You'll get reimbursed by FEMA. Hello? Like, is anybody home? Hello?
Caller with the phone number ending in 0513, please press *6. Caller with the phone number ending in 0513, please press *6. Caller with the phone number ending in 6068, please press *6.
Hi, yes, this is Richie Serjenko with People City Council. I'd like to speak about item 49 and general public comment, please.
Sure. So you have a minute for the item, followed by 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
49 looks like LAPD K9 bomb detection unit. LAPD shot 5 people in 4 days last week. City Council hasn't said anything about it, none of the City Council members. People of Los Angeles have been calling to defund the police. You know, we're patiently waiting for any of you to actually care and step up. You know, Chief Morris killed 2 people himself, and this is the culture that's been created in LAPD. This is what they do. They shoot people. They do not deserve $3 billion. We need to invest in things that actually keep us safe, like housing. And, you know, something about housing, FEMA has offered to reimburse the city of Los Angeles for 100% of the cost to commandeer hotel rooms for congregate shelter for unhoused people.
So you
it's
can move on to
literally
your
free
general
money.
speaker.
I'll go on to public comment, general public comment. Mitch O'Farrell, I need you to look at the screen. Mitch, stop having side conversations. Mitch, we see you. We know what you're doing, Mitch O'Farrell. And if you try to go forward with this, you're going to fucking learn. You're going to fuck around and find out, Mitch. And I would love for you to try this. Zarina, the president of the Echo Park Neighborhood Council, invited you to join her tonight. What are you going to do, Mitch? We're tracking you. We know what you're doing. Go forward with this, Mitch. We're going to see what happens. Defund the police, seize the hotels. Joe Buscaino, fuck you. No chance for mayor. You're a boot-looking cop. Fucking grow up, dude.
Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 1403, please press star 6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Mommy, it's me! All fucking items! And general public comment!
You have 3 minutes for the items, followed by 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Yeah, number one! It's a Target! Hey, I went the other day. Thank you, Gil, I did. I went to Target, and I found I could buy all this alcohol. Cheap! That's good! And Mark Ridley Monkey wants everybody to get fucked up in the 10th district now, unlike that prior guy. So we support item one. And I found two $30 gift cards today in the mail for Target. Thank you, Target. And I'm going to continue to support more Target projects. And I think I'm going to get more gift cards. Thank you so much. Now we get, let's see, the Mr. Weingarten. Yeah. See, Gil, he publishes his own newsletter called One Voice. And he comes with a pretty calendar. And it's only going to cost an extra $90,000. What a bargain. Yeah, I support that. That's good. Yeah. See, read the outside contract, but here's the problem. None of the other council members would sign it. They were afraid. But Mark Ridley Monkey stepped up to the plate and co-signed it. Thank you. And in exchange, Gil approved your Target project. See? Vote trading works sometimes for the people. Yay. Then we get big, fat fucking Nuri on Panorama City lighting. Oh boy, look at all this. 1, 2, 3 new lighting districts. Oh, 2 of them got defeated. But now, Mommy Nuri, Mommy's gonna put more fucking reballoting. This is when you actually defeat
Madam
the crack,
President.
and then they go and they fucking reballot
Madam
it.
President.
What's up the motion? Boy, that's exciting. Yes, Mr. Monkey, I believe I hear a question. I have a question.
Please get
See,
back
we
on
do
the topic,
Q&A
Mr.
now.
Spindler.
I can tell you it's
comment.
inadvisable to keep referring to me in
Yeah,
that racist language.
Oh, yes,
And the
sir.
misogynist language that you insist on using
Yes.
will not stand. And so
Well,
I just
Speaker,
wanna
please
say,
get back
Madam
on
President,
topic.
Members,
What I mean is,
another example, Mr. City Attorney,
based on the First
racism
Amendment,
on display, referring to
Somebody
black
called
people as monkeys.
Madam
But
Clerk, would you
somebody
please
called
hold the
you
speaker's
office.
time?
Racism on display, derogating and thingifying women. It has to stop. We should not countenance this anymore. Enough of this nonsense. It's maddening. It's infuriating. It does no more to lead to the very things that we have to stand against. And we
Thank you,
should
Mr.
not
Ridley
provide
Thomas. Thank
a
you.
platform for this absolutely outrageous rhetoric, one meeting after the next.
Perhaps
it
we
needs
should
to
get
be
the city
handled
attorney to
accordingly.
opine on this. Thank you, Mr. Ridley Thomas. Yes, let's get the city attorney to opine. Mr. City Attorney?
I'm not going to opine right now on that. We've been working with the office and Mr. Ridley Thomas' office on what we can do about this. As you know, there are First Amendment issues. Right now, we need to continue with this. And I know you don't like it, but Mr. Spindler has a minute left for general public comment. So
we've been asking.
It's not a question, sir, of us liking it. It's a question of the First Amendment, hate speech, and violence that follows hate speech.
So
8 years
saw
we've been
incidents
asking.
of it yesterday,
Okay,
and
so-
incidents last week, and so it's not a question of First Amendment. We all embrace and uphold the First Amendment. It's a question of hate speech and what qualifies as appropriate speech in these venues.
Council member,
in this moment,
I hate to
in
tell
this
you.
pandemic and in this crisis of, as Mr. De Leon said, a confluence of guns, sexism, and racism, this is wholly inappropriate, and it's just been noted.
So the Ninth Circuit is pretty clear on this. Our options are limited, and the Supreme Court has said that hate speech is protected under the First Amendment. I know you don't like this, but Mr. Spindler has a minute left in general public comment.
Not a question of liking it. We need to stop apologizing for the status quo that facilitates the expression of racist, sexist remarks with this level of regularity that are disruptive to orderly business practices. And I want to say again, it is a subjective determination. I've said in too many different public gatherings and bodies where
Mr.
lawyers
Ridley Thomas,
opine differently.
I am happy to talk to you.
Push as effectively as I can
So,
to call on the balance of the council to join in correcting this egregious behavior that continues one meeting after the next. The president of the council shouldn't be subjected to these sexist and racist remarks, nor should I, after this stage of my journey, be reduced to being an animal-like figure and goes unchallenged. Enough of this nonsense. And the city attorney needs to find a way to resist it, because it is a reflection, a poor reflection on the city and the city employees who object to it with regularity once they hear it. And it seems to me that we need to do what is right, what is necessary, what is lawful, what is constitutional, and find a way to shut this down.
Thank you, Mr. Ridley Thomas.
Okay.
You're here.
Thank you, Mr. Ridley Thomas. Like I've expressed to you in private, these are conversations that have been ongoing for the last 8 years. I'll repeat, 8 years.
Correct.
And we continue to hide behind the First Amendment. So we're going to continue our public speakers at this time. Mr. Spinner, you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Madam President, let me add just one thing quickly. Maybe you could convene a closed session with the city attorney's office, and we could have a further in-depth discussion collectively, because this will continue. I know we've had this conversation on numerous occasions.
Thank you,
it's
Mr.
not
De Leon.
shocking, but maybe we can convene a special closed session.
I'm happy to convene
at your
another
convenience.
meeting, another private meeting with Mr. Fear's office. I will continue to do that, not only to advocate for myself, but for other members of color who continue to be attacked by some of the racist and sexist comments that continue to be made during public comment. So I'll continue this journey, Mr. De Leon. I'm happy to enlist you and those new members who joined us this year on the City Council, so you can take part of what we've been discussing for the past 8 years in terms of the tone and the decorum in the City Council. So I appreciate your support. I'm going to continue on public comment, Can we go ahead and take the next caller? Is Mr. Spinner done?
Yeah. Caller with the phone number ending in 7456, please press *6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Hi, this is Kristen, and I have a general public comment.
Go ahead, you have 1 minute.
Thank you. I'm a resident of Echo Park, and I fully support Councilman O'Farrell's efforts to house the people staying at Echo Park Lake and to rehabilitate the park. The unhoused are our most vulnerable population, and the park is not a safe place for them to reside, as evidenced by the frequent reports of violence, often against women, and the multiple shootings and deaths in the past year. As one of the unhoused residents in the park that I spoke to said, I just want a place to call home. and the housing options being offered will create a path to permanent housing. Supporting this transition to housing is the compassionate thing to do, and I'm disappointed that members of the Echo Park Neighborhood Council do not support these efforts, as my neighbors and I have often called in to speak about our desire to house the unhoused, and I was led to believe that they were also invested in ending homelessness in Echo Park.
Thank you.
So please
Thank you,
continue
Speaker.
to support these efforts. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Call in user 1, please press *6.
Mommy?
So, Mr. Spindler, you have 1 minute of general public comment we cut you off on. Please take it right now. Speak within the jurisdiction of the city.
Profound national commitment to the principle of debate public issues. We shall be uninhibited, robust, wide open, and that it may well include vehement, caustic, and sometimes unpleasant sharp attacks on local bitches like you, government, and public officials, pussy, crybabies, chongos, monkeys, adding that the language of the political arena is often a vituperative, abusive, and inexact. For example, when I read to you United States versus Baghdadi, trouble is the defendant's second statement. To shoot the neck that lets the country be fucked for another 4 of dumb years, because never in the history has a black or a stupid 46 person done anything right.
Thank you, Mr. Spindler. Your minute's up.
1983.
Caller with the phone number ending in 9957, please press *6. Caller with the phone number ending in... Call in user 2, please press *6. Call in user 2, please press *6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Yeah, I'd like to speak on all items and general public comment, please.
So you have 3 minutes for items 1 to 15, 17, and 21 through 54, followed by a minute for general public comment. Please begin.
Yeah, I'm seeing all these donations from LA Police Foundation. Really awesome that we're taking more bribes from them, City Council, after they shot 5 people last week. 5 people LAPD shot, and we're taking money from their lobbyists. And MRT, getting real hot about the language, but where's your outrage over LAPD shooting people? Nuri, where's your outrage over LAPD shooting people? No outrage from this council. Caress, pay attention. We all saw that motion you were going to draft about filing false police reports, and then your staff talked you out of it because you were too afraid of LAPPL.
You seem to have moved off the topic. Why don't you get back to the agenda items? You're free to talk about that in general public comment if you want, but not on the item.
Thank you, Fauble. You're an incredible public servant. I'll go to general public comment.
Thank you.
Skeletor, Mitchell failure. Sure. You thought you could sneak this giant sweep of Echo Park Lake with no one noticing, you unbelievable goblin. I can't believe you thought you could just do this without anybody paying attention. What they need is housing. They don't need you to sweep them out of the lake and then fence it off. We're putting up walls now. What are you, Trump? Disgusting. Bob Blumenfeld, your says around the Willows, so you can punish the unhoused in Woodland Hills and Canoga Park. Really disgusting. All of you, disgusting. Joey Buckets, look at you. I'm sure you're really excited for all this. You hate the unhoused more than anybody on this council. Sadistic freak. I yield my time. Fuck you, Mitch O'Farrell.
Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 2689, please press star 6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Hi, my name is Riley Montgomery, and I'd like to speak on general public comment.
You have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. So I represent over 4,000 stakeholders here in Echo Park that have signed my petition on change.org to restore Echo Park Lake to being a park that everyone can use and not just an encampment that is being allowed to colonize the park. The community paid $45 million to use this park, and yet we're treated as second-class citizens at our own park. You hear how activists talk about us. That person who called in called homeowners disgusting. You hear this nasty tone. Yes, we're disgusting for working years to afford to live here and trying to enjoy the only green space we have during the pandemic. So I support Mitch O'Farrell's plan to clean up the park and restore it. And I'll tell you, like, I'm not Mitch's #1 fan. I'm not here because I'm a huge Mitch fan. I'm not even a very political person. I just want to be able to use the park that my tax dollars paid for. But activists like Street Watch founder Jed Parriott, coming from wealthy areas where they live in homes their parents bought them, have no right to dictate what happens in our working class community. We've had enough, and we're putting our foot down with the constant crime, assaults, harassment of animals at the lake, prostitution, the drug use, the human waste.
Thank you, Speaker.
I can hardly blame Mitch O'Farrell for not wanting to inform LASA about the cleanup at the lake, knowing that they...
Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 1370, please press star 6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Yes, hi, my name's Charles Smith, and I'd like to speak on general comments.
You have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm a volunteer with the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, a coalition member of the LA Families Fighting Flavored Tobacco, and I'm also a resident of District 12. I urge you to pass a comprehensive ordinance that ends the sale of flavored tobacco, including menthol-flavored tobacco products, without exemptions for hookah and adult-only tobacco shops. Like LA County, we want some strong laws ending the sale of flavored tobacco. This will protect youth from accessing flavored tobacco products and prevent a lifetime of tobacco addiction among LA youth. Last year, the state legislature passed SB 793 and took a bold step to protect children and communities of color from Big Tobacco's deceptive marketing of candy-flavored and menthol-flavored tobacco products. But the tobacco industry is trying to stop that progress. We need the City Council to stand with the legislator and protect our kids by ending the sale of flavored e-cigarettes, menthol cigarettes, hookah tobacco, premium cigars, and pipe tobacco. Please join us and a growing number of Angelinos to stand up to
Caller with the phone number ending in 3295, please press star 6. Caller with the phone number ending in 3295, please press star 6. Caller with the phone number ending in 4238, please press star 6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
I wanted to speak on general public comment.
You have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. Good morning, Council. My name is Raj Dillon. I'm a resident of CD14. Calling on behalf of Breed Southern California. We're in CD4. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization focused on environmental health issues, particularly lung health and air quality, and our organization is a proud member of the LA Families Fighting Flavored Tobacco Coalition. Just wanted to take a moment to encourage you all to pass a comprehensive ordinance that ends the sale of flavored tobacco without any exemptions, including menthol, hookah, and adult-only tobacco shops. A lot of jurisdictions up and down the state have passed strong ordinances ending the sale of flavored tobacco, and we believe it's time for LA to pass their own. And really what this comes down to is a choice. It's a choice between siding with big tobacco or protecting the health of your residents. And I hope that you'll lead us in the effort to protect Angelinos by ending the sale of flavored tobacco. No exemptions. Appreciate your time.
Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 9343, please press star 6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
My name is Mitch Mackey, general public comment.
You have a minute. Please begin.
My name is Mitch Mackey, and I'm president of Go for Broke National Education Center, and I thank the City Council for passing motion number 16 today. I especially thank Council Member Kevin De Leon and his office for bringing energy and support to this motion. At Go for Broke National Education Center, we tell the story of the Japanese American soldiers of World War II and how in the face of racism and denial of constitutional rights, went on to become the most highly decorated unit in American military history. They embodied America's promise, the promise that in this nation, no one is to be judged by the color of their skin, the nation of their origin, or the God whom they choose to worship. Today's motion is a tribute to the Go for Broke spirit. The motion propels a building project that will not only house our organization, but also will take a significant step in addressing the housing, commercial, and community needs of Little Tokyo. I thank the City Council for passing number 16 and thank Council Member De Leon for championing this project.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 8535, please press star 6. Please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Hi, my name is Alexandra, and I'm calling for general public comment.
You have a minute. Please begin.
Okay, I'm calling to support Councilman O'Farrell in his efforts to find adequate housing for the residents at Echo Park Lake. I have been a homeowner in Echo Park for over 10 years now, and I have 3 children who I no longer can bring to our only public park nearby. I understand that there's a lot of emotional and aggressive backlash against actually trying to find housing for people instead of letting them stay in a public park, which is safe for no one. I really appreciate Councilman O'Farrell standing up to what amounts to bullying. And I just want to say that the residents of Echo Park, the homeowners of Echo Park, support this measure, no matter what the Echo Park Neighborhood Council says. They're not representing our actual goals here. We all want safe housing for the people at the lake, but we also want a safe public park. Thank you so much. We really appreciate this.
Thank you, Speaker.
Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 8133, please press star 6. Caller with the, please state your name and the item you'd like to speak on.
Hi, my name is Carolyn, and I'm calling to make a general public comment.
You have a minute. Please begin.
I've lived in Echo Park for 15 years, and I'm calling to wholeheartedly support Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell's efforts. The Echo Park Neighborhood Council does not represent our community, and they've contributed to the disinformation that we're hearing in public comments today. We, the residents of Echo Park, wholeheartedly support Councilman O'Farrell's efforts to find alternative housing for the people at Echo Park Lake. Allowing a lawless encampment to flourish is not compassion. Councilman O'Farrell committed to finding housing options for everyone currently living at the park, facing incredible obstacles. His team has accomplished this task, and it's now time to restore our park as a community space that everyone could also safely use. I'd also like to commend Supervisor Ridley Thomas for his comments, because this lack of decorum is also happening in our communities, and the rhetoric surrounding the Echo Park Lake is a perfect example. When the City Council condones hate speech and vitriol, it just emboldens more of this throughout our community. The City Council should uphold the values of truth, respect, and dignity for our communities. And thank you, Mitch O'Farrell, for your efforts to restore our green space, the entire community.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 7677, please press star 6.
Hi, my name is Morgan Kelly. I'd like to address general public comment, please.
You have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. It's regarding the Echo Park Lake. I support Council Member Mitch O'Farrell's push to help clean up the Echo Park Lake and relocate the unhoused there 100%. I think he's doing a great job. I've been a homeowner here and a landlord in Echo Park since 2010, providing what I believe is respectable housing to a diverse group of tenants. all of who agree that the situation currently at the lake is horrific, unsanitary, and dangerous. I've seen how the lake was remodeled around 2013 and it became a beautiful space for all of us to enjoy. I believe we have to enforce the laws there more effectively so that the space is preserved and returned to the community, including homeless that use it legally. Let's get the illegal encampment relocated out of the park immediately, please. I'd like to encourage also the Echo Park Neighborhood Council to start supporting Mitch in his efforts and to stop threatening and bullying him. I also agree with the others that I don't believe that the Echo Park Neighborhood Council supports the overall views of our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Caller with the phone number ending in 1179, please press star 6. Caller with the phone number ending in 1179, please press star 6. Caller with the phone number ending in 7543, please press star 6.
Hi.
Please state your name
Hi,
and the
good
item you'd like
morning.
to speak on.
Hi, good morning. My name is Lionel Mares from City Council District 6. Calling because I'd like to thank the city government for taking the measures to reopen up the economy, such as restaurants and gyms, because it's been really hard in the past year. So I'm very grateful that our economy is revitalizing back again slowly due to the pandemic. And I also like to urge the city council and other organizations to work together to clean up this city, like vandalism, trash, and the homelessness, to house them, because there's been a lot of arguments on both sides, and it's getting sickening on both sides. I know there are bad people who are calling in using profanity and all these misogynistic comments, and it's disgusting, and I feel bad for certain council members who have to deal with this crap, but we have to work together as adults on both sides, and I urge Councilmember Nathia Rahman to urge your followers to maybe slow it down a bit and somehow work together and not engage in violent profanity, and we just have to solve problems by working together and not by arguing back and forth. That is my comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that will be the last speaker. We're going to go ahead and close public comment. Madam Clerk, let's go ahead and vote on the following items. Items 2 through 5, items 7 through 15, items 21 through 39, items 41 through 47, and items 49 through 54. Go ahead and call the roll.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. And if I may announce regarding items 2 through 11.
Go ahead.
And if I may announce regarding items 2 through 11, street lighting districts, the public hearing is now closed. The tabulation of ballots shall take place in space 300 of 555 Ramirez Street on Wednesday, March 24th at 10 a.m. To access the live stream, join Zoom meeting ID 953-8628-4393, passcode Prop 218. Public announcement of the tabulation of ballots and consideration of the final ordinance will take place in council on Tuesday, April 20th. And then if I may, on items 2 through 5, 7 through 15, 21 through 39, 41 through 47, and 49 through 54. Councilmember Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Aye.
De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian. Councilmember Krikorian.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Aye.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
15 ayes. These items are adopted.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Mr. De Leon. He had technical issues at the beginning of our meeting and couldn't speak on item 16. I know it's been voted on, but I want to go ahead and give him the opportunity to speak on that item. Mr. De Leon, item 16.
Thank you very much, Madam President. And as you stated a moment ago, I had technical difficulties with the link, but I want to obviously add my vote to file item number 16 and just share just a couple words. As many of you all know, for over 40 years now, the Little Tokyo Service Center has grown into one of LA's strongest social service centers. And during this period, they have successfully provided comprehensive social services and community development for low-income families. Through their work, their incredible work, they have led the effort for community revitalization and cultural preservation in our very own Little Tokyo. And what was initially a very modest development of around 70 units, the expansion of the lease agreement now enables them to increase the density on this very site and provide 200 units of affordable housing as part of an overall mixed-use development. So I just wanted to commend the Little Tokyo Service Center and the Go for Broke National Education Center for their incredible commitment towards this project. Again, they have a long and an outstanding record of building, sensible, affordable housing when we all know that we need it so badly in LA. By expanding this lease, we're able to work out more density and thereby providing for more units. This project ensures that the First Street North Block will be revitalized into a space that serves our residents, our community organizations, and clearly our businesses in this very historic part of downtown LA. I should also mention that the Little Tokyo Service Center just received approval for their Crocker Umaya project, a 7-story, 178,000 square feet mixed-use development with about 175 units. So this includes units for extremely low-income households, about 146 units for our very low-income households, and 18 units restricted to low-income households, and 2 market rates units for the managers. So at a time when our city is struggling to develop affordable housing, our folks in Little Tokyo are stepping up to deliver for the community and for the city. And just one last note, I want to say, Madam President, my colleagues, in California, we're home to the largest, Japanese American population in the country. Obviously, because of Executive Order, 9066, during World War II, we had so many of our Japanese American family members who were uprooted forcibly from their communities, primarily in Boyle Heights, which was largely, aside from being an Ashkenazi Jewish enclave, it had a very strong Japanese American community fabric, and they were uprooted from the community, obviously, as we know, Manzanar and other internment camps throughout the country. But there's only 3 Japantowns in the state of California. Japantown in San Francisco, Japantown in San Jose, and our very own, and the largest of its kind in the country, our very own Little Tokyo. So I think that in spite of the horrific, phone calls during public comment of misogyny and racism, as my colleagues MRT and Mr. Cedillo and Mr. Mosqueno had emphasized, as well as yourself, there's some good news, obviously, dealing with the crisis of homelessness and dealing with the crisis of our unhoused community members and our very low-income community members at Little Tokyo, and the Go for Broke, folks are stepping up and showing that we can be a shining light during very difficult moments. So, Madam President, I thank you very much because of technical difficulties for facilitating the few words that have been able to express. And please put me, obviously, I vote, so it's officially recorded for our file item number 16. Thank you.
And for the record, on item 16, it is 14 ayes.
Mr. De Leon, would you also like to vote on the previous items we've already voted on, or just 16?
Yes, Madam President.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to item number 1. This was amended by Mr. Ridley Thomas. Let's go ahead and vote on this item as amended.
Thank you, Madam President.
Let's go ahead and call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Aye.
De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
15 ayes, the motion is adopted.
Okay, let's move on to item 17, and these are, we're going to take two votes on this item. The first vote is whether to substitute, and then we're going to go ahead and take the substitute motion for a vote. So let's go ahead and vote on whether to substitute. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Aye.
De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
15 ayes. The substitute motion is now before council.
Okay, let's go ahead and vote on the substitute motion that's before us. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Aye.
De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
15 ayes. The substitute motion is adopted.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's go ahead and vote on item number 40 as amended. Go ahead and call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Aye.
De Leon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Yes.
Koretz.
Aye.
Krikorian.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Rodriguez.
Aye.
15 ayes. This item is adopted as amended. And Madam President, there is a request from a member to receive and file item number 6.
Okay, without objection, that would be the order.
Thank you.
Okay, Madam Clerk, what's before us now?
Madam President, Council has motions for posting and referral. Motions will be posted on the City Clerk's website shortly after the meeting for the public's viewing. To subscribe to receive copies of today's council motions to your email, please visit clerk.lacity.org.
Okay, those are posted and referred members. Are there any announcements? Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, an announcement or adjourning motion?
An announcement, Madam President.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Colleagues, this morning I introduced a resolution declaring Los Angeles a hidden hero city. There are approximately 5.5 million military caregivers serving across our nation. They are spouses, parents, family members, and other loved ones who cared for the wounded, the ill, or the injured veteran at home. And Los Angeles has the highest concentration of veterans in our country, with approximately 88,000 veterans, according to the last census. As the proud daughter of a veteran who served in Vietnam, supporting our veterans and their caregivers is very personal to me. It's most important that we make sure that these caregivers are honored with the resources that so often many of our military veterans aren't even aware they're eligible for. It's why I started a CD7 Veterans Committee to help make sure that the local veterans were getting this information out to their former servicemen and women, and so that their caregivers would become more aware of the resources and support that they're eligible for given their provided their service. The Hidden Heroes campaign was founded by Elizabeth Dole, the Elizabeth Dole Foundation. And Senator Dole launched the foundation in 2012 after witnessing caregivers' lived experiences and hardships firsthand at Walter Reed Army Medical Center. Tom Hanks serves as the Hidden Heroes campaign chair, and the campaign brings vital attention to the untold stories of military families and military caregivers. According to research, an alarming number of military veteran caregivers are suffering debilitating mental, physical, emotional effects as a result of their caregiving duties. They are truly the unsung heroes in our communities. And by becoming a Hidden Heroes city, the city of Los Angeles makes a commitment to support our military caregivers. We will identify military and veteran caregivers in our own neighborhoods and our own communities and determine the unique challenges they face, educate community leaders, organizations, businesses, and faith groups about the needs of local caregivers and connecting them to the local resources and with one another. I want to thank Larry Vasquez, who's our Director of Military and Veterans Affairs in Mayor Garcetti's office, himself a veteran, for collaborating with my office so that we can work to help establish this here in the city of Los Angeles, and to remind all of our former servicemen and women, as well as their caregivers, that there are resources to support you. And we want to invite you to get more information by visiting hiddenheroes.org, lamayor.org/veterans, or email the City of Los Angeles's Military and Veterans Affairs Office at military.veterans@lacity.org for more information. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. Mr. Willie Thomas, you have an announcement?
Adjourning motion, Madam President.
Care of the, no other announcements. We'll move on to adjourning motions. Mr. Willie Thomas, followed by Mr. Buscaino.
I thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, it is with a heavy heart that I adjourn today in memory of Margot Span, an award-winning television journalist and entrepreneur who passed away in a tragic hit-and-run accident at the age of 40 a couple of weeks ago while walking her dog. She was born and raised in Wisconsin and was the youngest of 8 siblings. Prior to moving here, she began her journalism career as a student at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, where she was active on campus writing for the Daily Cardinal student newspaper, as well as serving as editor of the multicultural student newspaper. From there, television career started as an assignment editor at WISN TV, BBC, and her on-air career with WV-TV, WB, both in her hometown of Milwaukee. Later, she moved to CBS, where she held reporting, anchoring, and production roles before joining CBS in Madison as the Rock County reporter. In her TV news capacities, Madam President, She received numerous awards, including Best News Writing, Best Live Shot, and Best Videography. It was in 2014 that she actually moved to Los Angeles, where she worked as an entertainment journalist and red carpet correspondent. Here, she launched her production company and consulting firm, Coco Hollywood Media. In 2018, in 2019, she also graduated from Scratch DJ Academy. Through her company, she provided opportunities for journalists to cover entertainment news and philanthropic ventures of celebrities of color, and also worked to support small business owners and other personal brands. Additionally, Margot had a passion for helping African American and minority students with scholarship opportunities through her family's foundation, the James W. Spann Foundation. She served as a member of the National Association of Black Journalists here in Los Angeles. And those who knew her describe her warm personality as she could always be counted on to make everyone laugh and to make the newsroom brighter each day. And this is how she will remember it. It was a true joy to see her career in journalism blossom over the years. It was an inspiration to many. It goes without saying that her life was taken too soon, that her memory will be forever embraced. Extend my deepest condolences to her family. And we continue to live life to the fullest in a manner that honors her legacy. Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Buscaino.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, San Pedro lost one of its treasures, and Alan Johnson passed away on February 13th, and I ask that we adjourn in his memory, colleagues. I'm joined today remotely, of course, by his loving wife, Annie, and son, Cliff, who are both watching. Alan was born on February 24th, 1938. He lived a long and happy life. He was a longtime San Pedro resident and active member of the community. He owned Tally Ho Marine Salvage and Decor for almost 50 years. It was his dream job and a unique business that he started when he realized that there were uses for fishing nets long after they were used to catch fish. His collection grew to include all kinds of marine equipment such as buoys, anchors, and boats. He was also a founding member of the Cabrillo Beach Boosters and led the club to many achievements. He carried on the John Olguin 4th of July fireworks show at Cabrillo Beach, helped restore the Angels Gate Lighthouse, and created the annual Alan Johnson Battle of the Beach. His neighbors described him and his family as super neighbors and wonderful friends. Alan's former classmate described him as a good friend to all. Alan Johnson, toward the end of his life, said, "I've had a great life," and indeed he did. He is survived by his wife, Annie, children Cliff, Mike, and Sue, grandchildren. He also leaves behind his sister, Diane, nieces, Julie and Lisa, beloved cousins, and many, many wonderful friends. Alan Johnson will be remembered by all who knew him, and his legacy here in San Pedro and beyond will continue to inspire many generations to come. May he rest in peace, and may perpetual light shine upon him. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Buscaino. Mr. Lee?
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, today I'd like to adjourn in the memory of Mr. Chris Moon-Ki Nam, founder of New Star Realty and leader in the Korean American community, who passed away on March 20th at the age of 66. Chris moved to the United States in 1982, settling in Southern California. And in 1988, he founded New Star Realty, which would then grow to become the largest real estate agency catering to the Korean American community. Chris had an impressive record for giving back to his community. He has served as the head of the Korean American Federation of Los Angeles and the Korean American Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Nam has received many awards and was a longtime advocate of getting Korean Americans civically engaged. He's survived by his wife, Jenny, son, Alex, and daughter, Amy. May Chris Nam rest in peace. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Mr. Price?
Thank you, Madam President. Members, yesterday, the city of Los Angeles lost a true legend, Laker great and Hall of Famer Elgin Baylor. Baylor was 86 years young and passed away from natural causes, surrounded by his family. Born on September the 16th, 1934 in Washington, D.C., Baylor began his collegiate career at the College of Idaho before transferring to Seattle University, where he led the team to their first NCAA championship. In 1958, the Minneapolis Lakers drafted Baylor first overall, where he went on to have a stellar rookie year, where he earned Rookie of the Year honors and the NBA All-Star MVP all in 1 year. Often overlooked as one of the NBA's greatest players, Baylor would go on to play 14 seasons for Minneapolis and the Los Angeles Lakers, where he was named the NBA All-Star 11 times and named the 10 first-team All-NBA appearances. In addition, Baylor holds the single-game final scoring record with 61 points against the Celtics in 1962. While his accomplishments on the court were sensational, Baylor was also a leader off the court. Baylor served as a reserve member of the U.S. Army during his playing career and often would be able to play with the Lakers on the weekends. Following his playing career, Baylor served as the head coach for the New Orleans Jazz and vice president of operations for the Los Angeles Clippers. Baylor was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 1977 and had his number 22 retired by the Lakers shortly after. In April 2018, Baylor had a statue in his honor unveiled outside of Staples Center to serve as a reminder of his legacy and accomplishments. Lakers Governor Jeannie Buss characterized Baylor as the superstar of his era and one of the great all-time Lakers. May his family find comfort in this time, and may he rest in peace. Thank you, Madam President.
All members, Mr. Price.
Yes, so be it.
All members, Mr. Price. Thank you. Mr. Cedillo?
Madam President, I am really personally saddened to bring this matter before this body. I'm talking about a friend of mine, a victim of COVID. You know, I've been spending a lot of time, as all of us have, going out to our communities, asking people to take their shots, to be tested, to continue the practices of social distancing and masking. And we do so because we remain vulnerable as a community to this deadly virus. And recently I received a text last Thursday that a dear friend of mine was coming home from Barlow Hospital. And, you know, it was just horrible because this is a friend of mine who's healthy, vibrant, intelligent, articulate, caring, just a great, great friend. Charlie Canales was born in 1944 at Lincoln Hospital over on 4th and Soto in Boyle Heights. He attended the local Catholic schools. He was student body president at Cathedral High School in my district over on North Broadway. He attended Cal State Los Angeles. He attended Cal State Los Angeles and was a real leader. He went on to work at the
SoCal Gas Company. And he was a real man of arts. He was a man who was, he was a man who was particularly involved in the arts. Him and his wife, Martha Beitia Canales, have been leaders in the Chicano art scene and mobilizing, organizing, showcasing Chicano artists. He dedicated his life to that, and it's just difficult. Difficult, particularly at this moment, as we're at the end, we hope, of this pandemic, that we see a light at the end of the tunnel. That's such a great man, and he was a great man. He was somebody who I modeled myself after. He was someone who I felt mentored by, his maturity, his soft-spokenness, his kindness. I remember so many dinners and soirees that they would have at their home. It was like being in a scene from the movie Frida Kahlo. There would be artists and people from the media, a politician or two, and it was just vibrant. And this was his life. He lived an incredible, loving life every single day, and he lived it to its fullest. He was a good man. He believed that the best that anybody could do was make their day great by being good to others. I mean, he was very learned, traveled, philosophical, just a special person, just a really special person. And I'm sad for his wife, for his family, for his extended family, for all those from Cathedral alumni, for Boyle Heights and Lincoln Heights. You know, there's a particular type of person that comes from the east side that people acknowledge. There's what the Mexicans call buena gente, or others would call, he's a cool dude. He's a good guy. And Charlie was all three of those. He was a person who was a man of peace and love and justice, and he has left us way, way too soon. And so I ask that this body close in his memory. God bless you, Charlie. God bless you, Chuck.
Thank you, Mr. Cedillo. Seeing no other adjourning motions, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you.